did.
To the Summoners Cup, Fnatic will advance the semi-finals. The only team to do that 3 times.
12 have fallen. Only the intrepid remain. Victory is on the horizon. To live through mastery or die by fate.
SKT definitely looks like the best team right now. It's the best team, like being the underdog, because you have no pressure.
Can we bring to fall the giants?
The only thing that can happen now is that we prove them wrong.
피키 선수가 워낙 옛날부터 오래 온 게이머고 굉장히 지금까지 하는 것만 봐도 성실히 오래 했다는 거에 반증이라고 생각하니까 많이 경계를 하고 있어요.
It is weird to prepare for 2 different guys. Especially at first I was thinking it would be Faker.
물론 제가 뛰고 싶은 건 맞지만 사실 지훈이 형이 나가도 크게 상관은 없어요. 지지만.
If it ends up working out and I end up doing good against Isihun, they can just swap him for Faker in the next game.
사실 페케 선수가 좀 예전부터 오랜 경험을 쌓아 오셨기 때문에 저희 둘 상대로도 1대1도 거뜬하실 것 같다고 생각합니다.
At season 1 I felt we had the level to take it. This one is almost the same. I don't feel like it's just gonna be hard because they are better than us. I feel it can go either way, and that's the hard part about it.
Destroy AHQ's Nexus and are 1 step closer to the Summoners Cup!
Welcome to the 2015 League of Legends World Championship semifinals. Of the 16 teams from around the globe that entered the tournament, only 4 remain in pursuit of the Summoners Cup. Now you're getting a look at Brussels Expo in Belgium, which will play host this week as the teams do battle with their eyes on the finals. And just a little bit ago, fans were lined up and ready to storm the arena to cheer on SKT and Origin. We've got a few cosplayers in the house with Yasuo and Lulu leading the charge. And here you're getting a sneak peek at our combatants. SK Telecom warming up in their locker room just a short time ago. They'll be facing off against Europe's Origin. Both teams looking to advance to Berlin. And that best of 5 is just moments away. Hello everyone, I'm James Dash Patterson, coming to you live from the heart of Belgium, where I'm joined by coach for Europe's H2K, Neil Prawley-Hamad, OGN shoutcaster Christopher Monte Cristo Michaels, and the NALCS's own Joshua Jat Leesman. Welcome to the semifinals, gentlemen. We made it.
Yeah, we did. And so did everyone in this venue. This place looks amazing.
That they did. So much energy in this building, as you can tell already. People are ready for the games to start, for some fun to be had. Now, the analyst desk has hit the road for our last 2 weeks and has joined the rest of the team to cover all the action here on the ground. Warming up the caster booth for our first series today is Freak, Crepo, and Kobe. And we're not the only ones that made the trip across the North Sea. Our partners from China and Korea's OGN are here as well to bring the coverage of this weekend's games to the far corners of the globe. Now, of course, it's time to pull up the bracket and see how today's semifinalists made it to the penultimate stage of Worlds 2015. We'll start with Origin, who surprised many with their run-through groups and followed that with a solid victory over the Flash Wolves last week.
Yeah, Origin has been playing great this entire time, defying many of the expectations. Remember, most people didn't even see Origin coming out of the group stage, yet time and time again, when the decisive moments of the games happen, Origin are the ones coming out on top.
And even though they don't usually have a gold lead early in the game, they've shown through some intelligent use of globals, teleports, that they can make big comebacks in a lot of their games and really stand with a lot of teams in the late game phase.
And of course, they're going to be going up against Korea's SK Telecom, who have yet to drop a game throughout the entire tournament. They look strong as ever, gentlemen.
I have no clue who's actually going to stop SKT, but I really hope it starts now.
Yeah, well, there's a chance they could be the best team in the history of the World Championships. They are currently undefeated, and no one has gone undefeated the entire way through. We thought maybe Samsung White could do it last year. They played so fast and so clean in many of their games, but they had those minor slip-ups. Maybe that's the story for SKT this year.
Still plenty of games to find that out. Now, at the end of the day, only one team will stand as Origin and SKT go head-to-head in today's best of 5. It's important to note that because of a bug with his Q, Gragas has been disabled for the remainder of the tournament, along with Lux and Ziggs. Now, for more information and the full context of the disable, load up lolesports.com. And as we close in on the finals, we want to give you some insider knowledge from the analysts joining us on the desk. So tweet your questions about the tournament at LoleSports with the hashtag AskTheDesk, and we'll run them by our European, Korean, and North American experts later today. And before we kick things off here in Brussels, we want to take a few moments to acknowledge an integral member of our team who's come home to cover the World Championship. To some, she's Effie de Portra, but to many, she's simply known as Sjokz.
After 4 years, I still like watching League of Legends the most out of everything. You just sit there and you have all the fans there, and I'm just the same. I'm like shouting when a pentacle happens. I'm excited when a backdoor happens. And every time that happens, I also still realize, whoa, this is so what I want to do. I can't imagine doing anything else. It's fantastic to be in Belgium. We are in the Abdijtuin, or the Abbey Garden. It's actually one of my favorite places here in Ghent, where I went to university. I was very much attracted to the history side of everything, so I decided to do history for 4 years. Over the course of those 4 years, I actually discovered that I liked to be a sports reporter a lot more. There was the World Cup, football was on the first year in university. I watched every single game of the Football World Cup, and that made me really realize, whoa, I love this more than I love anything else. So I also got a degree in journalism. Somehow I fell into watching League of Legends, and I stumbled upon a broadcast of IEM. It was kind of like it was an epitome that I was watching, and I was like, whoa, this is so competitive and cool, and this is this game that I've been playing for months and months. I'm gonna try and use what I learned and write about League of Legends. At that point, I had no idea what was about to come. Legends Season 3 World Championship! Originally, actually, I never really thought about being on camera. It was never something that I was drawn to. I grew to like being on camera, I think. I have a lot of mannerisms that I didn't know that I had until I watched myself on camera. When I watch it back then, I just feel like I was very, very awkward, and I didn't really know how to present myself. I talk very fast, I still do. I started to like it along the way, and now it feels super natural. And it's awesome that now it feels that way, but it wasn't that from the beginning. Sometimes takes a turn for the worse when people judge you on a lot of things that have nothing to do with the actual job description. And the one that hurts the most always is people that are like, the only reason why you're here is because you're a girl and you happen to look half decent. I want to pull that person to the screen and say, have you any idea how hard we all work? And I don't work less hard. Like, I do just as much, and you should just diminish me to just being a lady, a woman, a girl, whatever you want to call it. That is just, ugh. I love when they say, wow, you looked great today, your dress was awesome. Yay, good, but did you also like that interview? Did you think that should I ask that question differently? What should I do? I want someone to watch me and, okay, they might think, hey, there's a girl doing interviews, but then I want them to listen and think, wow, okay, she's doing a good job. This is what I wanted to hear from this player. And it's such a process because there's so much more factors that go into it. And the first thing that's important is making the player feel good and feel safe and feel confident to say what he wants to say. A lot of times people always think that, oh, you just burned this player or whatever, but most of the time that's because I've built a connection up with them over the years, or I've talked to them behind the scenes and I know how far I can go and I can't go and what would work. And sometimes it falls flat, but I'd like to think that they respect me now for what I do. I think the most favorite interview that I've done has most recently been the Dyrus interview, because it was one of a kind. And I was quite nervous because I had thought about what to ask him, and I had different things. Okay, you know, what do you think is going to happen at TSM after? What's all of this? And then when it just happened, I just realized, no, just let him. He obviously wants to say something, and he'll be great at it. So why don't I just give him the openest question possible, like show him that he can be calm and be himself, and then I got caught completely off guard.
I'm really sorry to all of my fans that I let you down.
It was very overwhelming, but the only thing I was like, I don't want to cry and have people look at me when I'm crying. Now, I don't care if I look bad. I want them to listen to him because this is his moment. And I feel like 2 years ago, I might have screwed that up completely and just been too nervous or said the wrong thing. And I felt really, really happy that I could navigate that, and I felt that that moment that we created was really special.
There's nothing left to say. You have influenced the lives of so many people, and you will continue to do that. Thank you so much for willing to do this. And one more time for Dyrus, his incredible career, and the fact that he was willing to talk to us here.
I definitely feel, I know that I'm something that some girls have actually written to me, and men as well, said, wow, I look up to the fact that you're a woman in this business. And it's not something that I want to get hung up on and think about all the time, but I think that through my actions, I've been a good example, because for me, it's always been about loving this game, working as hard as possible, and hopefully showing people that I care, and not that I'm there just to be on camera or whatever. As I said, it's great that people say you looked great, you were wearing a great dress, and of course it makes me feel good, but it makes me feel 100 times better if a girl comes up to me at a live event and says, you are an inspiration to me, I love what you do, I think you're a great example, I want to do what you do. That means so much.